Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you had a wonderful day and it's going perfect. Just wanted to come in and give you a quick market update on things. You can see the state of the world and the economy. Please like, subscribe, and share this information with a friend. Loved for your input and trying to grow the channel. So hopefully this is beneficial to you. I just wrote a couple of things down here that grabbed my attention, and I'll do this from time to time if you guys like this type of content. But just starting from top. Spirit Airlines looks like they're filing for bankruptcy. No surprise there. And this is according to Yahoo Finance. Not really a shocker. I've never been on Spirit because if I'm being completely honest, when I looked at some of their ticket prices, I was like, whoa, I could really save a lot of money on trips that I've taken in the past. And when I would go to book it or something like that, I would have a friend or someone, tell me, or see something in the news. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I need to mess with Spirit. Kind of leave them alone because that's probably a one-way ticket. I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people love it. Just not for me, but they're filing for bankruptcy. I always look at these types of things as, well, first off, let me say this. Bankruptcy it's a part of the system. It's people look at bankruptcy sometimes and they get a little worried, like when Red Lobster filed for bankruptcy. Oh man, this is like the beginning of the end. No, this is actually how a lot of business works. Honestly, this is how the system purges itself from what they call zombie companies or zombie institutions. These are institutions that lived off of government bailouts and debt, and now their stuff is being called, so now they don't have a choice. They can't pay the debt, so they fold, right? And this is a purging of the system. So whenever I see that, a lot of bankruptcies happening, collapses, the truth is they probably didn't have a good business model to begin with, and they probably did need to get rooted out. Just like a tree, right? If a tree doesn't get pruned, it doesn't grow. So bankruptcy yields better fruit in the long term because we don't need a lot of companies who aren't really producing or maybe have bad business models, right? And it's also a time where other institutions like to go shopping, right? Just how when you find something that goes on sale at the supermarket, you'll be more like, oh, maybe I'll buy it, now that it's discounted. So I just say when you hear bankruptcy and, it's just a part of the system. It's what happens in business, honestly, especially ones that aren't ran very well or businesses that are highly speculative. Another thing is like when you hear a lot of people talking about inflation, it's like, okay, guys, get over it. Inflation is not a bug. Most people look at it like this is something negative or it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it feels great or awesome, but it's a feature. It's a part of it. It's kind of how it works. Have we seen some record inflation over the last few years? Absolutely. But it's a feature, not a bug. Okay. All right, moving on. Number 2. I'm hearing economists say 2025 will be a repeat of 2024. Okay. So if you watch my video, or no, I'll have a video coming out after this one talking about personal finances and how this time of year, in my opinion, is the best time to go ahead and get ready for 2025 or the coming year. Businesses do it across the board. This is budget season. This is the time you should be doing your personal budgets. Fall is the best time. You have the most data. You have the most, your spending habits are in. You got all that. And you can kind of project the last few months of the year. It's not a big deal. But I encourage everyone to go ahead and take advantage of that time. And go ahead and get that under control. But watch that video. It'll be called Personal Finance. Number 3, according to Axios, 40% of U.S. houses are paid off. This is a record high. Wow. Record high. So Axios, 40% of U.S. homes are paid off. This is a record high. that is actually, to me, that's like really good news, and it's really impressive if you think about it. And it kind of lets me know the economy is probably in a lot better off shape than it is, or than what you would hear. I know that sounds strange, but just follow me for a second. If you have 40% of mortgages that are paid off, granted, it's probably, I would imagine, a lot of the older population, maybe like the baby boomers probably have a lot more of their homes paid off. Maybe even some Gen Xers have homes paid off, that are nearing and getting close to retirement age. Which lets me know that people have balanced their balance sheets. Maybe they started to uh, de-risk a lot of their portfolio, meaning like the debt or any liabilities they've gotten rid of. But 40%, if you think of 40% in the U.S. housing market has no zero mortgage, kind of a big deal to me. Uh, I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm thinking of like, oh, that's great. To have that much, and then you were talking about expensive homes, talking about less. So that, to me, that means more people have discretionary income, which then results in more spending. So, and our economy relies on consumer spending. So, if you want to ever know where trends are going, things of that nature, or if there's really a recession, follow consumer trending. You honestly will probably almost never go wrong. Even when you invest in a market, if you follow the spending habits and your demographics and all that stuff, like a lot of these big companies do, they don't buy in places that don't have a great income and don't have industry. Anyway, getting a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to let you know that I thought that was a pretty interesting stat there, especially when you always hear Americans are high debt and this and that. Well, to break a record and have 40% of homes and mortgages paid off, I think it's fantastic. Number 4, today's mortgage rates as of this recording is 7%. And I'm hearing a lot of people say that, again, 2025 is probably going to look a lot like 2024, which we know the majority of the year in 2024, we had mortgage rates at just about 7, I believe. So what's my take on that? I think this is the great time to buy if you are in the market for a home or an investment property, because people have to negotiate. Obviously, they don't have to, but if they want to sell their home, they have to. Especially if you're a qualified buyer and you come to the table with all of your money ready to go. Do not offer list price. This is a buyer's market. It sounds like 2025 will be a buyer's market. If that is the case and you're in a market to buy your dream home, please don't offer list price. We can't offer list price at 7%. I mean, you can, but you're going to lose. When you buy real estate, you buy it right, meaning like it's all the money you make is at the buy. So if something, what I like to do is look for things that have been sitting on the MLS for 90 plus days, right? Look on there and see what's aging like that, and then make an offer for 80% of the value. I don't know, whatever your market is, but do that. Do not pay list price. We don't have to. It's not competitive out there. It's slow. Okay. Hopefully you know where I stand on that. Number 5, invest for the long ride. That's just something I wanted to end on. When you think about investing, people say, oh, you lose your money or you this and that, and people tend to be very emotional about it, which I understand. It's your money, so you want to feel that way. But when you go into an investment, whether it be buying a property, buying stocks, or whatever, do your research. Obviously, don't be lazy. Work it out. Run it. I always run it by someone who's maybe been doing it a lot longer than myself, just to say, am I missing anything right here? I give it to them so they can poke holes in it. You know what I mean? Let me know where I'm maybe have a blind spot, because we all have blind spots, whether we want to believe it or not. We are not the best. You're gonna miss things because you're human. So I always hand my work over to a more seasoned investor and someone who knows what they're doing and who I've learned from, and that's where mentors come into play. And they let them poke holes in it. Don't take it personal. Maybe you missed something. That's okay. Like, it's gonna save you money. So make sure you don't get offended by that. They're just trying to look out for your interests. But with that being said, when I invest in something, I'm looking for at least 5-year minimum. But 5 to 10 years is where you should be looking when you invest, especially in real estate, which is ultimately what I like to help people invest in, is real estate. So when it comes to investing, you don't jump off the ride when it's at its peak. You don't jump off the ride when it's falling, right? You let it go up, ride it, go down. Where people get in trouble is when things drop and it goes down, they tend to jump off. And it's like, don't do that. Just stay the course. Dollar cost average. Real estate, don't look at the numbers. Just look at, does it cash flow after all expenses at the end of the month? If your answer is a yes, it's a good investment. Hold it. We get into this thing where we try to hit a lick really quick and try to get in and out, in and out, in and out. And that's how people get hurt, honestly. So that's all I have today that's all I have for you today. Hopefully this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and share with a friend. Take care. Bye.